Mia. Good morning to you, Mia.
Morning.
And I've also got Jeff from School District 60 here with me. Hey, Jeff.
How are you?
I'm doing very well. Thank you very much. You're both here to talk a bit about Project Heavy Duty, which has wrapped up its 20th edition.
Yes.
I guess last week was really, or the week before.
31st. We wrapped it up the 31st of May, you betcha.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll start with you, Mia, because you actually participated in the program this year as a student. Tell me a bit about your experience.
Honestly, it was one of the coolest things I think I've ever done so far in my lifetime.
If you don't mind, Mia, just lean in a little closer to that microphone. Thank you. You're doing great, though. Sorry for interrupting you.
No, it's okay. And my favorite part overall was actually working with the operators and getting to know them and their personalities and getting to know the machinery. And actually getting to move and work in an actual work site. And because we were actually on a work site. You weren't allowed to go on if you didn't have your safety gear. Like if you didn't bring your steel toes, you weren't allowed to go on that day. You were stuck in the office.
Yeah.
And it was genuinely like we were actually on a work site.
Yeah. It sounds like you're an employee essentially
it was
for the week.
Awesome experience because it's almost like you were working for someone. So you got to work like... Yeah.
What kind of machines were you running and type of things were you doing?
Got to run a rock truck, which we were dumping dirt. We were picking it up with excavators. They were filling up our boxes, and then we were brought to dump the dirt. And then I was also worked on excavators, and I filled up rock trucks. Yeah. And I worked on a couple of dozers, and we were making one big hill. Like we were flattening out the dirt and everything that we moved. And there was a second site. It was a forestry site, and I got to work on a processor and a buncher and a skidster. Wow. Buncher was my favorite because it had a huge blade on the bottom, and you just got to cut trees down.
So that's the buncher was just kind of you clamp it around the tree and it saws it off, and that sounds like a blast.
It was so fun.
So you went to basically two different work sites then, essentially, out in the woods, and then you were working a construction site probably around town. Fascinating. And then we were talking before, right before we got on the air here. The first day, you said you were all kind of jammed in a trailer, and I thought, okay, well, you have class every day. Well, that's not what it was. You were doing kind of your safety orientation, again, as if it was your first day on a new job site.
Yeah, it was honestly exactly like a job site, basically, just a bunch of kids and operators instead of fully operators.
Right.
And sorry, go ahead, Mia.
We all got to work together. Like a big thing, what I like to describe it as is we were one big colony of ants. Yeah. One after the other, we all had our own job, and we followed it perfectly, and we got it all done, and it was very smooth, and it was perfect.
That's amazing. What were you going to say?
Well, I was going to say this year we tried something new, and we tried a program called Site Docs with the students, and they could download an app on their phone. Robert, I can't remember his last name. He has a safety company. He was out every morning to work with the kids on that. He was awesome. So shout out to Robert. Thank you very much for your time. And Shoreline donated him, actually, so that was great. Yeah. And we wanted to make it as real and as genuine as possible. And that's a new program that industry is using, according to Tyrell. So, you betcha. So the more realistic we can make it for the kids, the better experience it is for everyone.
That's really incredible. I have to ask you then, Mia, are you seriously considering something like this as a career then going forward?
Genuinely, after this experience, like going into it, I actually kind of didn't really want to do the project. I got really nervous, and I was really worried about certain things like the operators, but they turned out to be amazing guys. Mr. Mayor had perfect selection.
That was Tyrell. That's Ty.
Tyrell.
Yeah, Ty's the one that has the connections
selection. There. He honestly couldn't have done a better job picking guys, I think. It was awesome. And I can't remember what I was saying.
Oh, you were talking about how awesome it was.
Oh, yeah, it was awesome. It was just so cool. And I honestly, if anyone gets the experience or gets the chance to have this experience, I should 100% take it because, it's once in a lifetime. Honestly, I'm glad I got to take the chance. I almost didn't. And it's all because of Mr. Mayor. Yeah.
Well, Mia was a natural candidate for application. She still had to go through the process and everything. I mean, there was 22 applicants and 16 participants. So, she had to go through everything and jump the hoops and all that. But I thought that this might be a really neat experience because small town, I know Mia's family, and I thought she would be an awesome potential participant if she wanted to take a run at it.
Yeah. Well, speaking of this, I mean, this is your graduating, so congratulations on that, by the way, Mia.
Thank you.
So students, I guess, going into grade 12, now, kind of in the coming year, they'll have this opportunity if they'd like it again to apply.
Grade 11 or 12.
Yeah.
11, 12. 7 out of the 16, I want to say, were grade 11s.
Oh, okay.
And they were heading into, I took them this year and same with last year because they're going into the dual credit program in their grade 12 year, so they may not be able to participate then.
Yeah.
And if they're doing their heavy duty mechanic, there's no better place to learn where to operate machines and see how they function and work because the students maintain the machines at the end of every day.
Yeah.
4:30, it's fuel up and grease and maintenance time. So.
Wow. I mean, another aspect of this I wouldn't have expected. So you literally did everything you were supposed to
basically,
in the job site. Amazing.
Honestly, it was almost the best. Well, it wasn't almost the best part. One of the best parts was actually getting to take care of the machines and learning how to grease them and where to put the DEF and finding where everything is that you needed and like the air filters and everything.
Yeah.
Because you actually like got to look at how it works and how you would take care of it in an actual job site, which was awesome.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah.
All right, Jeff. Well, if someone's listening right now and they're like, well, my kid's going into grade 11 or grade 12. This sounds like something they might be interested in. What kind of happens in that process? When do they have to start thinking about if the next edition of Project Heavy Duty might be for them? Or
So usually around November, I start the recruitment process. Head up to Presbyterian, Hudson Hope, presentations around the high school. And then students just grab an application package and fill it out thoroughly and throw their name in the hat. And then interview process comes up. And usually around end of February, March, I kind of choose the applicants there so we can get things started in place and do some things. It's a real course.
Yeah.
Mia got 2 credits for this and had to do assignments and reflective assignments and during the event and the whole 9 yards. So this is a real course.
Is it fit into, and it's been a while since I was in high school. Does it fit into your normal schedule, or is this sort of an extra thing you then do?
It's kind of an extra thing.
Yeah.
Because we took a week off school basically to do it.
I see. Okay. So it's not like you have to have a period set aside in your schedule. It's just
it's a whole basically week that we go and get to play in a one big giant sandbox.
Now I know, Jeff, you want to take a few minutes to say thanks because this doesn't happen without a lot of help from the community. So
this is a real community event.
Yeah.
The way that people come together is just absolutely astronomical, and we cannot thank our sponsors enough. And people come in when we have problems or encounter problems throughout the event. Like people step up to the plate. Like the Friday before the event, we lost our medic, and we put the call out, and within 4 hours. Trojan was looking for us, AAA was looking for us, and AAA managed to come through. Thank you very kindly. Raven Oil Field, the borrowed barbecue trailer that we had, the original one, it cratered on us, and so Raven wheeled one over for within 10 minutes. So thank you very much, Raven, and thank you to all the community. There's just so many sponsors to list. Our sponsor sign with the logos is up on site. I drove by it the other day, and it's not in a puddle, so I chose well. And,
where's the site, by the way?
The site is Parkwood Southlands across from Montmurray there.
Gotcha.
So you'll see the big sign up there, Project Heavy Duty, and that'll stay up all year on the West Bypass there. And of course, we're publishing. Energetic City is going to help us out with a thank you to sponsors, and Alaska Highway News is going to throw the list of sponsors and stuff. And so we just can't say thanks enough. This is just an amazing experience for kids, and this is something very unique to Fort St. John.
Yeah.
Yes, there are other heavy equipment operating programs throughout the province, no doubt, but those are kids are on the equipment mostly for about an hour and a half each.
Yeah.
So
not
Mia probably
spent
she probably spent 8 to 10 hours on a dozer alone.
Wow.
Let alone, then the rock truck, then, so because we go 7 to 4:30, it's a real, got to tell a really neat story. The kids were great this year, coming on time, and it was Wednesday or Thursday. It was like 10 to 7. All the students were there. The operators are milling about, and the kids were kind of like, well, we're ready. Let's get to work, eh? They all kind of looked at us.
Guys, you got to clock in.
Okay, let's go.
We're ready to
10
go.
to 7, let's go. It was awesome. That was a really neat
Game's
experience.
on. I got to get my work done. I don't want to be here late today, guys.
Well, we're here. We might as well get to work. Right? So that was a really
amazing.
neat experience. Yeah, really cool. And so one thing I wanted to talk about as well, throw it out there. I need the community to step up in a way if they want to make this happen. There's talk since I've been a coordinator that people are saying we need something for trucking. And I need people to go to the school district meetings, to talk to the district and say, we need this. I'm happy to be a part of it as much as I can, but there's going to be certain logistics involved as well with just, the nature of my job and all that stuff. I am game to start talking and thinking, looking, and hopefully putting some things together if the district is on board. So
that's amazing.
Just want to throw it out there to the community and say, if we want to try this again in this other venue, never replacing Project Heavy Duty, of course. This would be in addition to.
Sort of a second version of it that would encourage kids to try out trucking.
Different aspects of it, But I'm open to talk. So let's throw the idea out there for St. John. And if Fort St. John wants it, let's figure it out and let's make it happen.
All right, Jeff. If anyone has any questions for you, what's the best way to reach you?
Email is a great way to reach me. jmayer@prn.bc.ca. You can also phone the high school, but the summer's coming up here, so I've only got a few more days left, and then I'm on vacation. But I do monitor emails, so if it's something important, I'll definitely respond to it as well. But you betcha. And if not, I should be back in my same spot in September.
Awesome. Well, Jeff, it's always a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you for having us.
It was wonderful to meet you. Thanks for coming by and telling us your experience with Heavy Duty, Project Heavy Duty. And again, be listening and watching in November for when you open up the application process again.
Absolutely. And one thing, too, as well, Kids in the Key can also apply. We had a student that was homeschooled.
Oh, yeah.
Through the Key. And he was a superstar. Yeah, he was awesome.
Excellent. Jeff, Mia, thanks for coming by today.
Thanks, Deb.
Thanks for having us.
This community interview is supported by your Member of Parliament, Bob Zimmer. Stop by his office in Fort St. John at 9916 100th Avenue and in Dawson Creek at 104.